The Way to the Heart, Episode 8, Living as the Awakened Self, Truth in Action, inspired by the Psyche, God Within by Nivin Ravi. Awakening is not the end of the path, it's the beginning of a new one. Because once you remember who you are, the question becomes, how will you live from it? Not just in meditation, not just when life is calm, but in the middle of traffic, in a disagreement, in the quiet moments no one sees. This is where truth becomes action. This is what it means to live as your awakened self. There's a myth in the spiritual world that once you awaken, everything becomes peaceful and perfect. But the truth is simpler and more powerful. You don't need a new life. You need a new way of seeing the life you already have. The same job becomes sacred. The same partner becomes your mirror. The same breath becomes your prayer. The awakened life isn't about escaping. It's about entering each moment with presence. You don't need to prove your light. You just need to be it. When you listen without interrupting, when you speak with compassion, when you rest when tired instead of pushing through, when you apologize not from shame but from truth, when you love, not to be loved back but because love is who you are. These small moments, they are miracles in motion. This is the divine in action. Being awakened doesn't mean you'll never be triggered. You'll still feel anger, still feel fear, still feel the pull of old patterns, but something is different now. You don't react blindly. You pause, you breathe, you remember, and from that remembering, you choose truth. The trigger doesn't define you. Your response does. This is where growth lives. Awakening isn't a feeling. It's a practice. It's saying, I'm going to show up today as the most present, honest, and loving version of me. Not to be perfect, but to be real. The world doesn't need your enlightenment speeches. It needs your embodied presence. That is the greatest transmission. When you live as your awakened self, your silence becomes medicine, your smile becomes a doorway, your listening becomes healing, your presence shifts rooms, not because you're trying, but because you've remembered there's nothing left to prove. There's only love to offer. So today when you speak, let it come from stillness. When you work, let it come from devotion. When you rest, let it come from self-love. And when you love, let it come from your infinite center. This is The Way to the Heart, Episode 8, Living as the Awakened Self. Inspired by the Psyche, God Within by Nivin Ravi. You don't need to change the world, you just need to walk through it as who you truly are.
A book, a mirror, a sacred return. If this remembered you, share it, read it, live it, you are the divine remembering itself. Thank you.